Hello YouTube, Cameron here. I'm back at the bottle dump again. And look what I found. This is a giant chunk of folded newspaper. If I try to open it up very carefully, I might be able to read some of it. Yeah, that's really cool. Very old. I won't open it yet though. I'll wait until I get home. I'll put this down so it's safe. I'll dig live a little bit. That's cool. Is cool. What's this? It's metal. It's like a meat grinder thing, I think. I'm not gonna take it though. Interesting. Worth taking. At least to me. Yeah, stuff that I got earlier from the other area. Not from this exact spot. It's a metal ring, but just that junk. Okay, let's keep digging. Oh, what's this? Huh. Interesting, but I'm not gonna take it. I see it looks kind of like a jar stopper, kind of. I might save that. Put it aside. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a few things put aside over there. Yeah. So let's keep digging. That's an interesting jar, but it's blank. It's not worth taking to me. Huh. Yeah, I found a bunch of these. I have no idea what they are. Let me know if you know what they are. For now, I'll leave it though. Maybe I'll come back for it if someone knows what it is. Depending on what it is. It's an old lock. Not worth taking though. Not in good condition. Hey, I'm back with a live dig. There's an old fuse I found. Put that to the side. I found an old Vaseline a moment ago. But I see what looks like a milk bottle in the hole. So let's get digging. Try to get a camera angle for you guys. Old piece of shoe leather. Interesting, but not something I'd take. Is it ready? I think it's not ready. Have to be careful not to damage it. Might be a mason jar, actually. It's one of those two things. I just have to hope it's whole. Okay, it's ready. It's a mason jar. Please be embossed. Come on. Come on. Don't disappoint me. Don't be embossed. Come on. No, it's just a plain freaking jar. God damn it. Damn it. And there's nothing in there. Okay. I think I see a piece of pottery though. Broken. See anything else I can feel before I turn the camera off? Just broken. I'm feeling around. No, feel something. Please be holding good. Got it. Got it. Oh, it's broken. Might have been good. Probably not. I pulled this ammonia bottle, but I'm not taking it. Not in good enough condition. It isn't good enough condition. I meant to say it's not a good enough bottle. Okay, I'm gonna resume digging. It's an avalanche. Just had the best luck ever. It's raining a hill in the middle of spring. Gotta be freaking kidding me. This hurts. Literally just started like less than a minute ago, and look at this. It's pouring a hill in the middle of freaking spring. I see at the end of it, it's freaking May, and it's hill. You gotta be kidding me. I'm soaked already. This is not freaking fair. Look at this. Look at this. Better not get big enough to break anything. I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at this. It's freaking hill. In the middle of spring. Okay. This is annoying. I finally went digging after over a week, and this is what happens. Oh well. I'm not going to give up. No, but slow down, fortunately. Look at this. It's like a gold leaf covered miniature teapot. That's so cool, and it's whole. Even though a lot of the leaf is missing. That's so cool. I'll try to save what leaf is left. Let me get to the focus. Yeah, that's so cool. It's a cute little teapot. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Hello, I'm back. It's inside out, but this is an old wallet thing, I think. Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty shiny on this side, so hopefully the other side will shine up. I'm not gonna try to bend it back until I get home, though. Some live digging. But first, I'm back. I'm gonna do some live digging, but first, this is broken mason jar. Sadly broken. Don't know what brand it was. But you can see it still has a lid, so I just saw the lid like this, so I thought it was whole. I might try to save the lid though. Put that to the side. Maybe I can try it off later. Yeah. Interestingly, I'm not sure if you heard it at the end of the last clip, but there's someone, he's working a landscaper, and he turns out to be a fellow bottle collector. Yeah, that's really cool. So I talked to him. He actually lives near me, so that's exciting. Maybe I can go digging with him sometime. That would be cool. Yeah, it's nice to meet someone else who collects bottles and is friendly. I haven't met anyone else who collects bottles in the town I live in. He mentioned bottle from the town I live in that I didn't know about. I live in a very small town. It's for considering how small the town is, there's quite a bit of bottlers. Like, I keep discovering new ones that I didn't know about. Every once in a while. Not as often as I used to. Some of them I only knew about because I dug them. Well, one of them, that is. Which was, well, I mean, not only knew about, but, like, there wasn't any that I hadn't heard of before I dug it. Which was, it's called, what's it again? Oh, yeah, Van Wyck Pharmacy. And I could not find any other bottles like it. And even so, most of the bottles from Croton, obviously, most of them were super rare. So, yeah, it was pretty exciting. There's this one that still has the lid on it, which is cool. Wonder why they never opened it. Yeah, maybe they, like, popped a hole in the lid. I don't see any hole in the lid or anything. It's empty, but the contents could have evaporated through the lid. It's neat. I dug this last time also, but it's unembossed, other than, like, a number 13 on the base. It's unusual to have a number 13 on a bottle, but I'm not going to take it. Let me know if I should. Let's keep digging. Hi. Nice to see you. Don't know how I don't show my face very often. Not that I avoid it, just doesn't happen much. Yeah, I'm 18, in case anyone's wondering. Yeah, I'm a senior in high school. I'm gonna be going to college soon. Yeah, in August, I'm gonna be going to Purchase in New York. SUNY Purchase. Which is cool. I'm gonna be majoring in history. It's been my dream to do that. I've always loved history. There's a lot of old batteries and stuff in this stuff. And radiators. There's one right here. I tried to shift it out of the way, but I couldn't move it very far. It's too heavy. There's a bunch of pieces of radiator over there. Feel something. Oh, it's just, ooh, it's not a plain jar. It's a mason jar. Definitely. If he's being bossed, I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Ooh, it's not one I have. It says Pearl Self. Pearl what? Can't tell what it says. Selling? Port Pearl Safety. I'm gonna put it says something safety. Just found an insulator. Very sad because it's broken. I'm not gonna take it because it's broken. Hopefully I'll find a whole one. I can hope. Unfortunately, it has cracks in it, but I'm gonna do my best to save it. It's so cool. It's 1915 Coke. Yay! Be very careful with that. Another 1915 Coke. This is great. Yeah, so great. Woo! So great. I got a 1915 Coke. 2 actually. Yes. This is not the review just yet. I just wanted to show this is the newspaper bits I found. These were all attached. I tried to separate them as well as I could. There's an old ad here, you can see. A whole bunch of ads. I couldn't separate anymore without risking destroying it though. So I'm not going to, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, here's another piece. This is another savable piece. Yeah. Cool. Let's let it dry out. And then other pieces didn't survive well enough. Oh, this one's interesting. Yeah, these are all the ones that survived. Put those to the side. Give them a gentle rinse. Put them up here. Bye. And I'll show them better once they dry. YouTube. Catman here. I'm back with the review. Let's get started. But first I have some news I just discovered literally like a minute ago. So it turns out the dump, well, there's a good chance that none of it belonged to Gloria Swanson because, well, I discovered that, well, the mansion was built in 1925, but it burned down in 1932, and was rebuilt. So that foundation that I'm digging in probably was part of the mansion that burned down in 1932, but I could be wrong. It could be older, so it still could have been used. But again, a lot of it dates to the 1920s, the stuff in the dump. So it seems like this part was probably not part of the mansion that burned down. It was part of something else, like that might have been demolished earlier on. But I don't know for sure. But a lot of it dates to the 1920s, so before the mansion supposedly burned down, the one that she lived in, which was built specifically for her. So I'm hoping so it still could be stuff from her, at least some of it. Some of it's from after she sold the house, but a lot of the bottles date to before. But it's possible that she left stuff in the house or something and left stuff behind when she moved, and then that stuff was thrown out into the foundation. Yeah, but anyway, let's get this review started. I'm gonna start with the old pieces of newspaper I found. These were all together, but I tried to separate the layers very carefully. I'm not going to separate it anymore because it was falling apart a lot when I tried to separate it. That's what all these flakes on the floor is, pieces of newspaper. But this is what I could separate. So let's look at it. This is like a classified ad. I'm guessing it's also early 1930s, like that piece I found last time. Look. We seek a few small, I'm trying to read it, something, several 2.5, 3, and 4 something now available to them was of homes as can be found, something prices we believe are room suite from $825, 3-room, $8,900, 4-room apartments, if they are delightful, modern, something apartments. With I can't tell exactly what it says. Automatic something. The kind that nice people something. Southern. Ask for something. I can't really tell exactly what this is, but this is like a New York City stuff that's they're all about New York City. Let me scroll through that. Yeah. Then there's some old ads here. That's pretty cool. It's not fully dry, so I can't spray it yet. Look at this. Looks like it says Lore. Oh, I can kind of see actually. It says C. Because it's just not very visible in this spot. I'm trying to read what it says. And it says P-Y, it looks like. Oh, it probably says property. Yeah. Colored property? Is that what it says? Huh. Scientifically or specially. At least it's scientifically. Management. And look, an ad for apartments. Right there. Yeah, and then Brett and Wick. Hopefully I can look up that ad. Building recognize. Yeah, these seem to be all like real estate ads. And see it says estate right there. Scroll through it. Let's see if anything's visible on the other side very carefully. Yeah, it is. You can't really read it too well though. Yeah, you can see all the layers here. You see it was burned right here. That's what that black is. And there's this really tiny piece. They're all very flaky, so you have to be very careful. Here's another one. They're all advertising like real estate. Maybe it was like a real estate pamphlet, like a newspaper where it was just all real estate ads, like an advertising thing. Yeah, but they're all like New York City stuff. That's pretty cool. Show this side. You see it was definitely burnt. These were all together, but I separated some of the layers. Because otherwise, before I separated the layers, none of the writing whatsoever was visible. It's falling apart, and I thought in its current set I couldn't save it, so I decided to separate the layers even more. So I have a whole bunch of scraps now. They're much smaller though. But here's the piece I showed before. But now you can see another piece of it right here. Yeah, look at that. It's from 1932 apparently. Yeah, look at that. There's this piece. Yeah. You see right there, sort of advertising thing, and this is some sort of ad here. It's actually bending properly. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of layers. Here to see the ad. Look at that. I think they're mostly property ads. Yeah, here's the other side. I see they all are. Here's another side. Yep. They're all property ads. Here's another one. It's about the railroad. You can see it's burnt around the edges. That's why it's falling apart. Range and state of issue, and it goes up to 1932 at the newest. So it's probably from 1932. Possibly 1933, like the other newspaper I found. Another one. Okay, next. Pretty interesting. Pretty cool. All from 1932. Put it up against here so you can see it better. Yeah, pretty cool. And that's all. Bye. Back to the review. See if there's anything on the side of this one. Yeah, see, like it was all like this on the outside, but I could tell it was paper. So that's why I separated the layers, because otherwise it wouldn't have been readable at all. Anyway, let's get started with the review on the other items. Sorry about I spent so long on that. I might cut some of it out. And that's it. Oh well. Okay, let me just make sure all the lights are on. Okay, let's get started. Goes to this license plate from 1932. It says NY 1932, but the weirder thing about it is it only has two numbers and one letter. I could not find a single license plate like that, so it must have been in some sort of special kind of vehicle or something. Because I could not find anywhere it's only three things. It says 6L5. I did some research before now, because I was really curious about like what kind it was. But everything else I haven't really researched. But anyway, it says 6L5. I don't know what that would have meant, because all the other ones have like 6 and then a number, and then like some letters and stuff. They don't go 6L5 like that. Normally it wouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? Maybe. Yeah, so it's a 1932 license plate. Okay, now let's go on to the other items. First, I got two of these. I might keep one of them. Probably from like the 20s. It's a Listerine. Yeah, I know they're very common, but it's a bigger one, so I thought it was kind of interesting. I know they're common though, so I'm probably not going to keep it, but it's good enough that someone might want it if I gave it away. Or maybe for $1 or $2. I could sell it. Yeah. To someone who's not as serious of a collector. And there's this one in pretty good condition. I'm going to check if it's in better condition than the one I already have. I dig a lot of these in the dump. I actually left behind one that was badly cracked, but I found a lot of cracked ones. And I mean, like, in this condition, it's probably worth like $7 or $8 at most. Yeah. Even though it's in really good condition, other than a bit of wear. So it's probably worth like maybe $1 or $2 for the cracked ones. It was a pretty bad crack, so I left it behind. Okay, let's get to the next item. But that's pretty cool. Probably 20s or 30s. I'm not sure exactly. And then there's this old thermometer. Put it right side up. It's not fully dry yet. Yeah. I think it's a thermometer. Oh, it says something here. Let's see if I can read it. Something co. Something either. Thermometer co. Maybe if I get it wet. It looks like it says International Heater Co. Still might be some kind of thermometer, but it would have been like attached to some sort of heater probably. Because it looks like it says International Heater Co. I'll have to look that up. I'm not keeping that for my collection probably. Unless I can get those rust chunks off. Yeah. Interesting though. Either way. Okay, next item. This is a shoe sole. I'm probably going to use it for art though. It says Goodyear, as you can see, guaranteed, made in USA, patent June 1st, 1915. So that's pretty old. It's probably from like, of course it's after that date, but it could be from like still the 1910s or maybe early 20s. Yeah. This perfume bottle, I'm probably not going to keep it because the top's very cracked up, but it might be good enough to give away. There's like a ground glass in here, but it's very chipped up and cracked but just on the top part. Yeah. But it is blown in a mold. Yeah. And it says France on the bottom. So that's cool. I'm probably not going to keep it because it's all cracked up on the top. Then there's this like jelly jar, I think. That's what it is. Yeah. Interesting. No markings though. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Then I found one of these, which is probably also some sort of jelly or preserve jar. Yep. No markings on that either. Then this is really cool. It says, oh, let me get that sensor light. There we go. It's a light sensor, so it turned off. It says double safety. It's like a canning jar. On the bottom it says Smalley, Kivlin, and Kivlin's on, and it says Smalley, Kivlin, and on thanks, Boston, Mass. On thank, Boston, Mass. Yeah, cool. It's a nice jar. Has a lot of bubbles in it. It's probably pretty old. Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry upside down a bit. Then there's this ink bottle. Oh, it has a chip in it. Oops, I didn't realize that. Probably not going to save it then. I might save it for giving away, but it's just plain ink, so I don't know. And it's rust stained. Then there's this brush. I just took it for showing. I'm not keeping it. You see that's the part where the bristles would have been, and this side would have been wood. And it looks like it was burnt. Yeah, some of the stuff in the dump looks like it was burnt. Which actually makes sense, because when the mansion burned down in I believe it was 32, they said, I think that might be where that foundation's from, when the mansion burned down. So maybe the stuff I'm finding that's burnt was in the fire that the mansion burned down in. That would make sense. There's this container. I'm not sure what it would have been, but it has like these like vent or like shaker things here, so that's interesting. I don't see any markings on it though. Maybe I'll find some if I like clean it off with lemon juice or something, in which case I can do an info update of some sort. But for now, I don't see any branding on it. Yeah, interesting though. Let's see what else. There's this ink bottle, cork top, but no brand on it, unfortunately. Yep. Okay, next, there's this miniature teapot, which is covered in gold leaf. That's pretty cool. Very careful with that. It's porcelain, so that's cool. Brand on it, unfortunately. Image of it in the missing gold leaf, though. There's this interesting milk glass jar. Yep. It says valets, and then something else. You can see it has a symbol and stuff on it. Couldn't get it open though, but you can see it says valets on the bottom. Yep, interesting. Plain glass stopper there. I got another Vaseline jar with original contents. Yeah. Not really rare or anything, those are super common. So, but I might be going to have to give away since it's embossed. And this little like button thing, probably like a pants button or something. So, like one end would have been inside the shirt, the other end would have been outside. So you know what I mean, probably. And this, which I think might be a piece of that other thing I found last week, Soul Test. I don't remember if it was missing a piece that this could be from, or if this is just another one of them. So I'll have to test that. I'll let you know if it fits. Now. Probably. And this, which I think might be a piece of that last week's Soul Test. I don't remember if it was of that other thing I found last week, Soul Test. I don't remember if it was missing a piece that this could be from, or if this is just another one of them. So I'll have to test that. I'll let you know if it fits. Now. 8 might be a piece. And this, which I think might be a piece. I'll let you know if it fits. Now. This like button thing. Yep. Let's get it focus. Doesn't seem to have any markings on it though. Then there's this, which is really cool. It's ornate. Looks like those would have been legs for it. Some sort of like fancy jewelry box or something. It has glass here. It would have closed with that. That's pretty cool. And those were like the legs, but they're bent. I'll see if I can bend them back very carefully. Yeah, that's cool. Very ornate. I love ornate stuff. Yeah. If it was a box, it's missing the base though, I guess. Yeah, let's see what else. There's this fuse. I found quite a few of this brand. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Interesting, at least. Then there's just this lid I took. Let's see what else. This is brush, or at least what's left of it. It says Admiration 22B, and on this side it says Japan. Yep. Won't even show that much. There's this interesting thing. I found a lid to one of these last time. I think it was last time. But I didn't know what it was. And you can see this one has the base too. So that's cool. It says JD Paris right there. So I'll hopefully be able to figure out what this was. Yeah, that's cool. No other markings though. So hopefully I can identify it based on that mark. Yeah, interesting. Okay, next is this like glass tile. Yeah, I think this is the back, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like a milk glass tile, so that's interesting, I guess. I would use that as like a coaster, probably. Then there's this little like kids plate or something. I assume it's for kids. Has like Humpty Dumpty there, I think. And there's something else. Yeah, that's like Jack jumped over the candlestick. That like nursery rhyme. Yep. Interesting. Then here's that plaque I found. See what it says. It says radio, I think. A20. Radio, yeah. I see, does that say radio? I can't tell. It has a notice on it. Really tiny letters. 24. This is Radiola 24. And there's the model number stuff. See all this radio corporation. Yeah, it's RCA, some sort of radio. Interesting. You see the patent dates there, the newest one being 1921. Interesting. Maybe I can find out the age based on that, or find a picture of the radio, in which case I'll show it now. Yep, interesting. Here's a Carbona bottle. That would have been, if I remember correctly, like a disinfectant. Or medicine, I can't remember. I think it was a disinfectant or like a polish. I can't remember. I think it was a furniture polish, actually, now that I think about it. Carbona. I have one of those already. I'm not sure which one's in better condition though. I think other than the rust stain, this one's better, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's get to the next item. This, I think I found live. Yeah, I did. Or at least I showed it. Yeah, maybe I can get some of that crust out. But it's like the person I talked to, I met a fellow bottle collector, actually. I think I mentioned that in the video. But he suggested that this could be a cigarette case, and I think he's right. Yeah. Interesting. For some reason, this part, it was bent with this part on the outside, like in the opposite direction of what it should be. And somehow that part's in better condition. The part that was facing out. Huh. Yeah. Interesting. No brand name on it, though, unfortunately. Okay, next item. There's this. It's like some sort of container. I was hoping there would be markings on it, but I don't see any. Get it to focus. Yep. Okay, then there's this milk glass light bulb. Yep, it does have a mark on it. It actually says National Mazda. Yep. Focus. Yeah, you can kind of see that, I guess. Yeah. Okay, then there's a silver-plated spoon, which actually has pretty good condition plating. It's the same as like those tongs we found last time. It's the same brand and everything. It says International Silver Co., but it also says SS Corporation. I think SS Corporation was the company it was made for, like, you know, like a ware for the company. Like, they weren't the ones who were involved in making it, but it was made for them, for like their company, I think. So everyone has that, and the other one has that mark too. And this, I'm not sure what it is, but I thought it could be a part of a like whimsy kind of glass piece. I'm not sure what it is. It's like a glass rod though. It's solid through the center. Interesting. Not sure what it was. And there's one other thing in there. Let's see if I can get it out. One moment. One moment. Okay, here it is. Oh, it's not fully dry. Not sure what it is, but it looks like it has some wood in the end. This might have been like a pencil part. Yeah, or a pen. See there? Let me get it to focus. Yeah, there's that. Not sure what it is though. But I haven't researched any of this yet, other than that license plate. Okay, we're almost done. Light sensor. One moment. Okay. Here's another Listerine bottle. I won't show that in too much detail because I already showed one. And there's this College and Tomato Juice bottle. Patented in 1931. Yep. Interesting. Then I found two Not one, but two 1915 Cokes. They're not in great condition. They don't have any like full chips in them, but they're both very cracked up. This is the worst condition one from 1915 Coke though, so that's cool. Don't know if it's worth much in this condition though. Look at that, it's a lot of cracks. The other one's in better condition, but still, which I didn't realize at the time, and it might not have had the crack at the time, it could be from exposure, but it's very worn, which I knew, but it has a crack in the base. But other than that, it's just normal wear. Yeah, so that's cool. It's 1915 Coke. It's my first ones. Got two of them, actually. Yeah, so that's really cool. That's great. And, yeah. Okay, there's a few more items. Almost done. Not even going to bother showing most of it. This, I think, might be like a jar seal. So I thought that was interesting. That's why I took it. Because that could be what it is. Like a clamp that would have sealed the jar. And then there's a rusty buckle. Last item that I'm going to bother showing. It's, yeah, it's a really old piece of pottery. I thought that was interesting. It's like the crackles and stuff. It looks hand-painted. So I took that for art or something. Yeah, and that's all. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Woo!